Did you notice anything strange about Ryan Price today? I asked Luna. She just shrugged without looking up, still focused on her book. Luna often acts like I'm not worth her full attention. I mean, didn't she seem off? Like, maybe karmically out of place? I pressed. That finally caught her attention. Luna Garrison is an interesting character, bright blue eyes contrasting sharply with her cheaply dyed jet black hair. She dresses all in black, usually with ripped fishnets when she can get away with it. A classic goth witch type, except she wasn't always like this. She used to be the person I am now, Emily Burbank. But after a strange twist of karmic chaos and an ill-advised invocation of an ancient Greek goddess, Luna, Nathan, who I used to be, and I ended up switching bodies. But that's a whole other story. Luna's interest peaked when I suggested something karmically wrong with Ryan. Both she and Nathan have been desperately trying to find a way to switch us back to our original selves, so anything odd like this could be a vital clue. Paranormal stuff always gets their attention. What's up with Ryan? Luna asked bluntly. I think she's switched bodies, I whispered. She's in my 9:30 aerobics class, and in the locker room, she acted really strange, confused. I even caught her sneaking glances at me in the shower. Okay, that last part was more wishful thinking than fact. Since I ended up in Emily's body, my mindset has shifted to be much more feminine. Truth is, I think and feel like a girl now, and one who's pretty unhappy with her appearance. My chests are too small, my hair is a dull mess, and I'm starting to put on some weight. I worry I'm not attractive enough to get a guy's attention. So I like to imagine maybe Ryan, or whoever is in her body, is admiring me in the shower. A girl's gotta find her fun where she can, right? That it? Luna asked. No, I said. You know what Ryan's like, or was. She's always been more like me than like you, into guys, parties, and looking good. Not that you don't care about those things, I just mean in a more fashion-conscious way. But lately, she's stopped wearing makeup, her hair's a mess, and her clothes look sloppy and mismatched. Luna shrugged and went back to her book. Maybe she's just having a bad day. I know I do. But what if it's more than that? I insisted. What if she switched bodies with someone who's totally clueless about being stuck in a girl's body? You managed, Luna said. Yeah, but I got a head start because I got some girly thoughts with the switch, I said. Luna smiled. So you like being a girl now, Emily Burbank? I laughed. Shut up. Her expression softened. Okay, here's the plan, go talk to Ryan and invite her to our dorm tonight. I'll bring Nathan, and we'll try to figure this out. But don't be surprised if it's all in your head, alright? Piece of cake. I thanked Luna and hurried off to find Ryan. Finally, I'd get to help with some real paranormal detective work. Finding Ryan wasn't hard. Besides morning aerobics, she was also in my afternoon speech class. During the long, boring lecture, I doodled flowers and smiley suns in my notebook. I noticed Ryan wasn't in her usual seat, and today she wore grimy sweatpants and old sneakers. Her sweatshirt even had what looked like ketchup stains, totally unlike the polished fashionista I thought I knew. After class, I approached her. Ryan? I said, tapping her shoulder. She jumped, spun around too fast, and dropped her books. Sorry, I said, bending down to help her gather them. Didn't mean to startle you. She gave a weak smile. It's okay. I was just wondering, I began awkwardly, if everything's okay. You seem off lately. She flushed. I've been struggling. I guess you could say I haven't been myself the past day or so. That was exactly what I suspected, a subtle hint she might have switched bodies. Things were moving forward. Time to gently press. Some friends and I might be able to help, I whispered. We haven't been quite ourselves either. We understand what it's like not to be in your own mind, or his mind. Ryan looked suddenly uneasy. "I'm not sure I follow," she stammered. "We might have a solution," I said. "That's all I can say here. Meet me tonight in my dorm, Berkeley Hall, room 128. Please?" She nodded, her eyes intense. "I'll be there." True to her word, she arrived early that evening. Luna had just come back from the library with Nathan, and I was relaxing with some music when Ryan knocked. Our dorm was tiny, but that night we somehow fit the four of us, Ryan, Nathan, Luna, and me, into the small space. I liked it that way. Close quarters make it easier to share personal secrets, which was exactly what we were about to do. I introduced Ryan, we settled on the rug, and I asked her to explain what had happened. "I don't know if I can," she said. "You probably won't believe me." Nathan chuckled. "If this is what I think it is, we'll believe you. Maybe we should tell her our story first, guys?" Luna nodded with a smile, and Nathan began telling Ryan how we all ended up switched into their own bodies, and trapped that way. He explained how we're trying to understand both magic and science in hopes of returning to our rightful selves someday. Ryan listened closely. When Nathan finished, she smiled and started her own story. "I'm hoping this isn't some cruel joke to embarrass me. But I have to tell someone, and you guys seem like my best shot. So here goes. You're right, I'm not really Ryan Price. I'm a guy named Caleb Pierce. I used to be strong, healthy, and, well, handsome. A perfect example of manhood. 2 days ago, everything was normal. I went to sleep as usual. Then I woke up and found I was a girl. Wearing a nightie with chests. I haven't told anyone until now. I haven't even dared to see my old body. He seems totally normal, acting like nothing's wrong. His friends treat him like the same cool guy he always was. Meanwhile, I'm stuck in this girl's body. Somehow, Ryan stole my life." Tears streamed down her face. Poor girl. She'd bottled it all up until now. She used to be a tough guy who couldn't cry, but hormones and the shock of swapping bodies with a stranger were making her unravel. It must be terrible without anyone supportive like Luna and Nathan. I felt grateful I could be here for someone else facing this kind of trauma. I hugged her gently and offered a Kleenex to wipe her tears. "It'll be okay, Ryan. We'll get you back where you belong, I promised. We'll find a way." "But that's the problem," she said, choking up. "I'm not Ryan." Luna and Nathan exchanged knowing looks. I've gotten used to them being sharper than me. They do this furrowed brow, secret nod thing when they're onto something I don't see yet. Nathan stood. "Luna, can you stay with Caleb? Comfort him for a while. I want to talk with Emily alone." We stepped into the hall. "Emily, I think there's more going on here than you realized." I shrugged, confused. "What do you mean?" "I know Caleb Pierce. Luna knows him too. He's an upperclassman psych major in some workshops Luna and I have attended." I felt a bit left out. They never invited me to tag along when they went to museums, libraries, or seminars. Maybe that's because they figured I wouldn't really enjoy it anymore. Maybe I would have once, but things have changed. Anyway, Nathan went on, "Caleb Pierce has been obsessed with Ryan Price for ages, since she started college. But she won't have anything to do with him. Honestly, I don't blame her. The guy's a total creep, a grade-A jerk who manipulates women and treats men like garbage. Not someone you'd expect to see breaking down on your dorm floor." "Well, obviously the stress of the body swap's hitting him hard," I guessed. Nathan shook his head. "I don't think so. Did you catch Ryan calling Caleb a cool guy earlier? And she even said he was handsome once. That's not what I'd expect from her, given what I've heard about how he's treated her." That made sense. I knew Ryan a little, and she wasn't the kind to think Caleb Pierce was some kind of perfect man. "And Caleb Pierce wouldn't say he has chests," Nathan added. "He'd say tits or hooters or something worse." Either his mind is seriously messed up, or that's not really Caleb in Ryan's body. So how do we figure it out? And what do we do if you're right? I asked. I have a plan, he said. But I'll need Luna's help. Can you keep Ryan calm and just humor her while we're gone? I agreed to stay with Ryan for the night and help her through it. Luna and Nathan left, saying they were going to Ryan's dorm to talk to her roommate and grab some of her things so she could stay with us. They were gone about 5 hours. I figured after 45 minutes they weren't just picking up clothes and a toothbrush. But those hours gave Ryan and me plenty of time for a heart-to-heart. The more we talked, the more normal she seemed, more like a real girl in countless small ways. Even though she insisted she was Caleb Pierce and hated wearing women's clothes or acting feminine, her mannerisms, speech, and body language fit a woman perfectly. It was all in the subtle details you can't fake. She felt like a girl pretending to be a guy, but definitely a girl at heart. Then I reminded myself people change. Someone could say the same about me. I doubt I could act masculine now if I tried, and just a few years ago, I was a guy myself. Eventually, Luna and Nathan returned. That's exactly what I suspected, Nathan said with a grin. I had a feeling a creep like Caleb Pierce might try something like this, especially given his so-called expertise. But we flipped the script on him, Luna laughed. He might have his area of expertise, but combined with Nathan's and my magico-scientific skills, he didn't stand a chance. Ryan looked like she was about to cry again. But I'm Caleb Pierce. And I'm not a creep, just please put me back in my real body? Luna softened her expression, and I caught Nathan trying to suppress a smile. Ryan, you're not Caleb Pierce, Luna said gently. Caleb's a psych student who's been researching hypnotic suggestion and how certain drugs can make someone more suggestible. When you kept rejecting him, he hypnotized you. How? Ryan stammered, tears threatening to fall. He snuck into your room and spiked your daily vitamins with those drugs, Nathan explained. We found a tape recorder hidden under your bed, set on a timer, looping a message telling you that you are Caleb Pierce, the perfect specimen of manhood. We think he wanted revenge, Luna said. To make you feel how he did when you rejected him. That's why he also planted emotional distress in you. But don't worry, Nathan studies psychology, and he's helped deprogram you. Luna and I stepped out briefly and returned with coffee. It was getting late, and I figured my beauty sleep was doomed. When we came back, Nathan had finished the deprogramming, and Ryan looked much calmer. Thank you all so much, Ryan said quietly, much more composed. Especially you, Emily, for noticing something was wrong. Most people wouldn't have cared. Without you, I might have ended up in a mental hospital. I blushed. Sometimes we get so caught up in our own lives that we overlook the struggles around us, I said. It's just good karma to care about your friends. Thanks, she replied. But I'd still love to get back at that jerk for what he did to me. Luna and Nathan exchanged knowing looks and started laughing. There they go again, always one step ahead. Sorry, Luna said through her laughter. While we were out, we took revenge for you. Nathan made a tape similar to the one he used on you and slipped it under Caleb's bed. We didn't have time for drug therapy on him, Nathan added, but Luna, who's a pretty skilled witch, cast a temporary hypnosis spell. Not enough to swap bodies, but enough to keep him in line for now. Actually, Luna said, I just sprinkled some dust of suggestibility into his window. It'll only affect him for a couple of days, but when he wakes up this morning, he'll be completely convinced he is Ryan Price. He'll probably pester you nonstop to get his body back, but it's only temporary, and I thought you might enjoy the show. Ryan's face lit up with gleeful revenge. I owe you guys big time. Thanks. Oh, the fun's going to be shared by all of us tomorrow morning, Luna replied with a grin. Sure enough, the next day a loud scream erupted from Caleb Pierce's room in Randall Hall. From what I heard around campus, he went everywhere loudly insisting he was a girl, Ryan Price. Nobody believed him at first, but when he started barging into women's locker rooms and bathrooms all day, the looks he got grew stranger and stranger. That night, for some extra chaotic mischief, we let him return to Ryan's dorm room. We'd arranged it with her roommate beforehand, and after hearing about Caleb's antics, she was more than willing to sacrifice a night's sleep. Luna, Nathan, Ryan, her roommate, and I gathered around one of Luna's small crystal balls back in our dorm to watch Caleb's escapades live from Ryan's room. He stripped down, put on white cotton panties and a sports bra, then slipped into purple flowered pajamas. He tried over and over to set his hair in curlers, but it was just too short to hold. Nathan wanted Luna to cast a spell to lengthen his hair, but she said there was already enough magic in the air. The next day, Caleb showed up to class wearing full makeup, having curled his short hair as best he could, dressed in a long blue skirt and a white silk blouse that clung tightly around his chest. He shuffled around campus in navy flats at least 2 sizes too small, swayed like a woman walking, and forced a high-pitched Ryan-like voice. He carried her purse and kept checking a compact mirror, carefully applying makeup while wondering why his beard's shadow kept ruining the foundation. Once again, he got kicked out of several women's bathrooms. He was a mess and the laughingstock of the entire campus. But this was exactly what he wanted. He chose to swap with Ryan. We just helped make it happen. In the end, it was all on him. Of course, after a day or two, the effect wore off. Caleb returned to his usual masculine self, though much quieter and humbler now. He earned a new reputation as a ladies' man, just not in the way he'd expected. To me, that's what you call karmic justice. Don't forget to join me on Patreon for exclusive content.